event season. I'm your host, Devin Poslusny. As you see right in front of me here, Jay McMurray is pulled onto the pit road. We would like to say that we do apologize if any tech glitches happen during this, because my camera, because of the wind, if you listen to this, because of the wind up here, the tripod with the camera on toppled over, and the camera seems like it's all set. There are no parts or anything laying on the ground over here that I can see, and I searched the area, so we seem to be all set as far as that. And yeah, we'll be here for today and tomorrow. We plan to, at least, and that'll do it. So let's go. First driver that we're going to pick up on the back straightaway is on his cool down lap. Picked him right up at the last moment. Easy to follow. But we got another one right here. Somewhere here. Sorry about that. There we go. Jay McMurray, all-star winner. Also the driver that picked up the piece of cement in Dover. His car seems intact today. Another driver coming up the front straightaway here. That is last week's winner at Dover, Jimmy Johnson. Kind of a little backwards, his color scheme, because he has loads on the doors and the 48 on the hood. Usually you would have loads on the hood and the 48 on the doors, but we won't judge him. See J. Mac. Oh. Almost went to the wrong garage. Johnson sounds like he's just experimenting with the car for a minute, that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing, since this is a test. I too am experimenting, believe it or not. I'm working on getting my grip ability on the camera. This way I'm able to follow these guys in close range, such as this. Just to give you an idea of where we are, this is the view from our seats. Chip Ganassi, Hendrick Motorsports. All 4 Hendrick cars are here, I believe. And Chip Ganassi is too. Whoa, a little wiggle there off the corner. see, here comes the 48 guy driver. Coming in, done and done. Well, that gives us a second. Whew. Okay. I have to get something off my chest here real quick. I am like really concerned for my camera right now because it just took a really hard fall on the grandstands here. Like I said, everything seems to be fine. We're recording to you live now. Battery's holding up. SD card's fine. Yeah, just, I don't know. It just seems like something happened that I don't know about. But I also think I'm paranoid because I told myself a lot, oh, this is a high-class camera. I cannot flick it without it being damaged. And I think I was wrong. I think this is a pretty durable camera. Of course, not as durable as a GoPro, but yeah. So let's take a quick look. I'll get off my topic here. The Laconia grandstands. We showed you this last time we were here for the Legends, which, by the way, we're going to have something to talk about in the Legends in a second. If you look over on the hill, see a truck, and that's all the pieces of metal that have been removed from Laconia grandstands. See, the grandstands used to go out over here and come down. But, of course, they changed it up, and they're doing something there, and I think we have a good idea of what they're doing, but in all honesty, I'm not here to make assumptions. Now, what I've heard is they're making double-decker suites and hospitality section, which means that they would have suites like that one, except double the size all the way across. So just to give you an idea, better look at it. Not really better look. Hey, look, I got somebody. Dale Earnhardt Jr. And that's Jeff Gordon right there. Right there in the flesh. See Jimmy Johnson's crew member right there. So that's the one thing I like about NASCAR. With other sports, like baseball, they hide in the tunnel. They don't show themselves to the fans much. But with NASCAR, they're out. They're open. I was in the infield last September or July. September, yeah. Sorry. And I was walking by, and I saw Dale Earnhardt Jr. No. Two drivers, I don't remember who they were, sorry, just walk right by me next to, there was a fence in between us, of course, but walk right by me, and I could have easily stopped and said, hey, Dale, or hey, whatever the driver's name was, sorry, like I said, will you take my business card? Will you check out Racing Hotspot? But I, of course, was a Dumbo and was like, hey, look, oh my gosh, it's so-and-so, and then he just veered away. And I'm like, oh, okay, have a nice day. But yeah, right there. Jeff Gordon. And team member. Jimmy Johnson. Back out on the track here. So far while I've been here, I've seen Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, I think, Casey Kane, Jay McMurray. Haven't seen Larson. haven't seen Earnhardt. I'm not exactly sure which Hendrick driver that was because it was no stickers. It's the one we picked up on right at the beginning, I think. The wind is howling here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Whoa. Woohoo! 10 minutes in? Yeah. You know what? We'll wait for... Oh, look! It spoke way too soon. Who is that? Mr. Kyle Larson himself. In the Axe, number 42. Gonna get some action going here. Larson's gonna stay low as Johnson goes high. And look at that. That was Jeff Gordon. We spoke way too soon because here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. See, now these guys right here, they're close to each other. Three cars. These guys are going all out. The first ever test session that we covered here is it's 3:40 p.m. here, and we have another hour and 20 minutes until this testing session is over. And these guys are right after each other. Larson, it's Johnson, Larson, Jr. The first ever test session that we covered here, there was a big wreck over in turn 3 and 4 involving Bobby Labonte. That set up a huge mad dash to the finish. Holy cow. As you see, Johnson falls off the pace. Larson now is, if we're going to call this a race, Larson is now the new leader. But because of that wreck, it brought time to, hey guys, guess what? You had an hour, but now you have 20 minutes. And a bunch of teams are like, I want to go out there and I want to race. And let's just say that last 20 minutes turned into a heck of a dash. Couple times they almost had another wreck. The garage is sit quiet as the track is roaring with excitement. I walked into the track. See, here's the one little thing here. The thing about testing, you get to tell a lot of stories and bore the audience. So now would be the time, if you guys wanted to just, and this is what most of the audience does, they just turn the volume off. We don't need voice. We could just watch. There's the distance, by the way, between Larson and Earnhardt. Whoa, Larson just got way off. Kyle Larson's fishtailing right now. Junior is making time on him. Like I was saying, though, during testing, you get to tell a lot of stories. And they're factual stories, not made up. But here's one. Ready? I walked into the racetrack this afternoon, and Jay McMurray was on the track. And you hear him going wide out till about the center of the corner. That's not natural. These guys were going from where Larson is now to where Larson is then and letting off in the throttle. Granted, That was probably about 2 laps, and every time McMurray went way too high off the exit of the corner. But you see Johnson, a junior, Dale Jr., is making a run toward Larson. But back to what I was saying, I walked in and I heard them roaring by, and I was like a little kid in a candy shop. I was so woohoo, because I have missed NASCAR so much, and finally they're back. See Kyle Larson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming in together. Wonder if they went out on purpose in a pair. Granted, they're not teammates. Well, that's going to bring us to our first break. And on the other side of this break, we're going to have more NASCAR Sprint Cup Series testing. So we will be right back. Welcome back live here to the New Hampshire Speedway for NASCAR Sprint Cup Series testing. As you can see in the bottom left of your screen, and now across the bottom, and leaving the screen is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Woohoo! NASCAR's most popular driver. Dale Earnhardt Jr. went out, did a couple runs following Larson, and then really in the end came back in with Larson, and now he's going back out again. Casey Kane now pulling out as Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes flying by. The most we've had on track at once is 3 cars. Can we possibly get all 6? I don't think so. See the 2 cars, the gap. About half a turn is the difference. I've gotten very quiet behind the mic because I have nothing to say at the moment. I'm thinking about a lot of things at the moment. Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 88. mentioned something that I was going to talk about Legends. Well, here's what I was going to talk about. Being located here, we had a reason for setting up camera and camp here. One, because it's 90 degrees out. And I really did not want to be in the sun. And two, this is the new shooting location for when Racing Hotspot covers U.S. Legends cars. As you see Casey Kane coming in. Shooting U.S. Legends car road course racing, that is. You could shoot the oval from over here, but you can't. It wouldn't be the best. So we'd rather be over in the Cocker grandstands to shoot for the race, the oval, Legends car oval. But if you think about it, there's the road course right in here. You see Johnson, Jr. Well, when no cars are on the track, we'll I'll give you a look at the road course here for a second. But yeah, the road course, you can see almost all of it except for the bowl, which is behind the billboards in turn 2. NASCAR turn 2. For the most part, you can see all of the road course from this vantage point, which is good because the old position that we had, you lost the field in the infield of NASCAR turn 3 and 4. And here you can see, actually, you know what? You can see all of the road course in NASCAR turn 3 and 4. As you see Junior go flying by. He's out for probably a nice long-term run. So the way these teams test are in pairs of days. Monday is the way their usual week goes. We'll go Sunday race, Monday team meeting. All right, this is what happened. Jamie McMurray, make sure not to hit that concrete again. I'm sorry, that was bad. See, Junior's coming in. Then Tuesday and Wednesday are usually test days. Thursday is sometimes a test day, mostly, and then Thursday night's a travel. And then Friday is preparing for the next weekend, next race. Of course, when it's a Saturday night race, they sometimes will have it be Thursday practice. Either way, typical week, like when they come here, it will be what I described. When I go to a track like Charlotte with a night race, they'll have practice Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Actually, Thursday, Friday. So while we got a second of silence, let's take a look. See the front straightaway. Road course right there. Ducking back out on to the racetrack. Down. Right here is the inner loop. We go back up onto the back 9. Down. See, this is the bowl right here. Whoops, sorry. Right there. That's the only place we won't get. Go back across. Kind of get that. Come back in. See the road course on the infield. It comes back around right there. Okay, so we're just gonna sit here since we're not even halfway through. Actually, you know what? We are gonna take a break. On the other side of this break, we don't want to bore you. On the other side of this break, we're gonna have more testing. We'll be right back. Welcome back live here to Racing Hotspot live event season. Casey came. Casey Kane doing some testing here. We got, just give me one quick second here. Set something up real quick. Okay, Casey Kane now on the track. Pick him up on the front straightaway here. We apologize for that if you heard that at all. I don't think you did. Two fans walk by yelling and screaming. We're gonna dart off the path real quick. Head over here, see Junior's car and team just looking over the car outside the garage. I guess they're a little homesick. I mean, not homesick. Want some fresh air. I see Casey came. My apologies. Casey Kane now out there. It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Here at the New Hampshire Speedway. Guess what time that means? We have 1 hour left of testing here at the New Hampshire Speedway. Casey Kane, number 5, usually the one that painted up, Farmers Insurance Chevrolet. Right now, it's the number 5 black primary paint Chevy. As here he comes, pulling in. See Jimmy Johnson. Totally missed him. We apologize. The wind is howling up here in the grandstands. Jimmy Johnson just walked by. Not behind us, but in the garage. A lot of teams and drivers are just walking. I'm sorry. So, like I said at the beginning of this, we had a live stream running during this, but the issue is that the wind up here was moving the laptop around so much that we had to shut it down. We are going to work on trying to fix that for tomorrow's test. But this is going to be your coverage for day 1 of testing. Day 2 of testing might be a little different. We might have 2 things running. Either way, day 2 of testing will have this, us live streaming this way. Not live streaming, but covering this way. Like we said, just past 4 o'clock here. About another hour of total testing. Garages have gone silent. Typically happens during a test. We'll have a couple of runs and a couple other runs, and then they start to do some major changes or pack up as we are late in the day. We would have loved to be here all day or earlier, but as Dick Berggren said, education is the most important thing, and I am slowly starting to agree with him. Hence why we came here late, because I had to go to prison. I mean, not literally prison. I mean, I had to go to school. So, we're going to take a quick break hold on one second. Who is that on top of the pip trailer? Is that Chad Knaus? Might be Chad Knaus. I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to take a break. On the other side of this break, we're going to have more testing for you. So just don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back live here to Racing. Whoa, sorry about that. Racing Hotspot Live Event Season. Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson. Both on the track at the same time at the beginning. They came out 1-2, one behind the other. And Johnson immediately was slow in the back straightaway because he did not want to be around Larson. I don't think it was anything like, I don't want to be around that kid. I think it was just a situation of I want to be alone and do my work on my own stuff, single car runs. Without the draft and stuff like that. Followed Larson too much, Johnson too much. Kyle Larson, number 42, Axe. each at different ends of the racetrack. A little less than half of the racetrack splits them. Larson's in 4, Johnson's in 2. Larson slow on the back straightaway. Larson coming in, we'll get a couple pictures of him. He comes in, Johnson stays out. Johnson out there running. Sorry, had to set something up real quick. Trying to multitask. Or as my assistant baseball coach said, switch task. Yes, Coach S, I just made a shout out to you, bud. Johnson. I believe that is indeed Chad Knaus sitting on the hauler. I'm not entirely sure. Four fifteen. don't forget, Friday, July 11th, NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series, Northern and Southern. Will duel here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for $25,000, I think. Yeah, $25,000. Johnson heads in. And the garages go silent again. And the track goes silent again. But yes, July 11th, we'll be live here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That is race weekend, by the way. Friday, July 11th, we'll be here for the NASCAR Wheelin' Modified Series, Northern and Southern All-Star Shootout. New Hampshire Motor Speedway plays home for the 2014 All-Star Shootout. I think it's also the first All-Star Shootout that these guys are having, but I'm not entirely sure. So don't quote me on that. Either way, we're going to have coverage of that. And usually whenever they're here, they're crazy. So we're going to be here to try to contain all of that craziness. So yep, that's exciting. I cannot wait for that. That's, of course, is race weekend, so we'll be camping and everything, and we're gonna have live coverage. That's July, by the way, next month. But at the beginning of July, we're gonna have 2 more teams here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for testing. One is that is Michael Ultra Racing and stand by. Hold on 1 second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look it up on my iPod. Michael Ultra Racing and another team will be here the first week in July to test, and I think they are going to have the biggest advantage over the field, because you come here in June and yeah, you know what, it's hot, and right now I'm actually cold because of the wind, but it's hot, and yeah, but July, it'll only be a couple weeks before the actual Cup Series race. So that would be a perfect time, in my opinion, to come down and test. If you have the opportunity to come down and test probably about 10 or so days before the actual race, it gives you an upper hand over everybody. Alright, I got the article. Stand by. I think this is the article. I might have to do some more researching. But, I don't know. That's my opinion on how they should do it. Of course, I'm not saying that Hendrick Motorsports and them are all going to fail at the July race because they're here now and not. Hold on 1 second. Michael Waltrip Racing and Richard Childress Racing. That's when they'll be here. Michael Waltrip Racing and Richard Childress Racing will all be here. Excuse me. Will be here the first week in July, 1 week before the NASCAR weekend here. So my question to them, and if Michael Waltrip Racing and RCR is watching, are you guys going to drive up here and then drive back to North Carolina and then come back up a week later? Or are you just going to bring up a team and a car with the trailers and keep them up here? That's my question to you guys. Just wondering. And I'm really just rambling on here. So that is going to bring us to yet another commercial break. So we are going to take a break, and on the other side of this break, we're going to have, guess what? More NASCAR Sprint Cup Series testing. So we will be right back. Welcome back, live here to Racing Hotspot. For those of you just tuning in, I'm your lead host and commentator, Devin Poslusny, here at the New Hampshire Speedway for NASCAR Sprint Cup Series testing. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series testing. So far, all six drivers have been out on the track at least once. The most we've seen of field of cars on track at once are 3. So half of the drivers who are here have been out at once. My question, as it is time 4:25, so 4:30 really, 4:25, about 30 minutes left in this testing. Do you think that they are going to say, hey, you know what, let's be done, pack it up, goodbye, have a nice night? Or do you think that they will reopen it? Now, here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. Kyle Larson, Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the track. Getting ready. Here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Kyle Larson. The wind, by the way, is killing me, because I am freezing my butt off. And it's 90 degrees in the sun. It's June and I'm cold. See, there's the difference. Kyle Larson. 42. Now moving on to the number 88, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. out here. With Kyle Larson ahead of him. As it is now 4:30. Something cool about test sessions is NASCAR is more relaxed about safety. So there's a team member of the number 88 team. This breeze that's coming toward us right now has turned into a warm breeze, which is nice. June Bug coming in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. So you see we pick up the 42, Kyle Larson. These guys seem to be going out in so-called sessions. No pun intended, says this is an actual test session. But what I mean by they're going out in sessions is they are literally, Jimmy Johnson goes out, does 10, 20, 30, 40 laps. Not exactly sure how many laps. Then it goes silent. Nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens. Then Kyle Larson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes out. Kyle Larson's now out here. Jr. goes in. Larson stays out. And I bet you, unless somebody else comes in, Larson comes in and the track goes silent for a couple minutes. And here comes Larson's teammate, Jamie McMurray. Jamie McMurray, that is, sorry. See, as we're getting in the closing minutes of this test session, this is when these drivers go out there and they give it all they got. Then again, since we have another day of testing, which I'm not sure what the weather looks like for tomorrow, which I can take a quick look at that. Yeah, another day of testing. Which really means that these guys can technically say, all right, you know what? We're done. Put her away. Jump off Larson and head over to McMurray real quick. Tomorrow it's, well, actually, you know what? Can't rely on this because it's telling me it's supposed to be raining today. Oh no, raining tonight. Stay up to date on the racing hotspot news and weather, because if needed, we will open the race. We will open up the racing hotspot weather center. This testing. This is a live event. We won't just say, ah, you know what, it's testing, whatever, screw it. We won't say that. We will open up the weather center if we need to, and we will if needed. See Larson coming in. And Jamie Mack staying out. You can hear the wind. Time check. We had to take a break. Just so you know, it is less than 23 minutes here at the New Hampshire Speedway. So on the other side of this break, we're going to have more testing. We'll be right back. Welcome back live here to the New Hampshire Speedway live event season. Jay McMurray is still out on the track, but Casey Kane has now joined him. Can we get more than 3 cars on track at once? We're off to a good start by having 2. Can we get another one to make it 3? Or can we get 2 more to make it 4? 3 more to make it 5? Or 4 more to make it 6? I doubt that all 6 cars will be out there at the same time, because Jimmy Johnson's team seems to be playing the let's go out by ourselves card, which I don't blame them. Test session, stay out, stay by yourself, just run by yourself. Most of these guys have been doing the alright, there's 1 car out there. Let's go out there and be at the other end of the track, away from the other car. Jamie Mack. Coming in. Screeches the brakes. There goes Casey Kane right on by. Kane is flying. Looks like teams are starting to pack up for the day. Casey Kane still out there as it is 4:43. We're going to bring you all the way up to 5 o'clock. We are. This is going to be a 5 o'clock run. About another 17 minutes. Without a commercial. Casey Kane, the last driver out here right now. Larson coming back out now. Welcome to Two Cars Racing. Kane running hard. Off turn number 4. Loose there a little bit. Back to the stripe. He'll catch Larson if Larson does not pick up the pace. Larson does pick out the pace, but it's still a close margin for what they have been running. They have been running a half a lap or so, half a track like away from each other, as these guys are probably about a turn length away from each other. We're going to dart across the track. I pick up rookie Kyle Larson. Does he have the rookie stripes on? Yes, he does. When RCR comes here in a couple weeks, we're going to have another rookie, Austin Dillon. And Ryan Newman. Paul Menard. Those are the 3 RCR drivers. And we'll have Boyer, Vickers, and possibly a 3rd driver, depending on what they decide to do. Another 13 minutes or so until we say goodbye. Austin Dillon and the number 3 will be here in a couple weeks, as we were just saying. First time that New Hampshire Speedway will see the number 3 in the Cup Series since Dale Earnhardt Sr. Which I actually, in all honesty, I don't think NHMS has seen the number 3 in the Cup Series at all. We know we've seen it in the trucks. We know we've seen it in the Nationwide Series. I'm just not sure about the Cup Series, because NASCAR Sprint Cup Series competition, or Winston Cup, or Nextel Cup, whichever one you want to call it back then, didn't come to NHMS until 2003, 2004, probably 2002, 2000. Well, actually, no. They were here in 2001. My dad was at a NASCAR race here. I'm not sure if that was the Cup Series, though. Larson coming in. We'll follow him. We pick up Kane. Time check. 4:50, 10 more minutes of this test session. Casey Kane's coming in this time as you hear him shutting down the engine or rubbing the engine down. There you go, he just shut her down. Yep, and he is now in. Chad Knaus is returned to the top of the trailer. I'm not sure if that means Johnson's going back out. You see Knaus there. Yep, here comes the 48. Well, maybe not. The hood's up. See the 48 team here. Awaiting Chad Knaus on top of the pit box trailer. Just sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting. Johnson doing some engine revving here. Just take a listen here. Never mind, the wind is really bad. The engine is now shut off. Hood goes down. Refires, and here he comes. Just a quick little thing here. Team members getting into a minivan. They are going home. I'm not sure which team that is, but those guys, I believe, are packing up and saying bye-bye. Nice knowing you. See you tomorrow. With about 7 minutes left in the session, Jimmy Johnson has pulled out. Chad Knaus stands up on the pit box, and we are green for Johnson's laps. So this, the reason why, and I brought this up before, with the Johnson going out and doing single car runs, nobody else around him. That is probably why they are 6-time champions, because they get right to business and they take care of what needs to be done. I thought for a second I saw Junior's car rolling out, but nope. About 5 minutes. Jimmy Johnson racing his way. He is the current chase standings leader, as he is in the middle of the track now. I believe he is coming in. Engine goes off. And here he comes. Now there is a possibility this is going to bring us to the end of our test session coverage. We will stay here for the next 4 minutes, even if that means we're staying here in silence. We will stay here and wait for 5 o'clock to come, and that's when we'll say have a nice night, everybody, and goodbye. But not right now. Not yet. Not yet. 4 minutes. There's a lot of things that can happen in 4 minutes. 4 minutes meaning another 2 cars coming out and testing. And 4 minutes meaning nothing happens. 4 minutes meaning we have all 6 race cars come out and do a 4-minute race. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things. And if they're going to do it, it's now going to be an official 3-minute race. So, we just sit and wait. And we do plan to come here tomorrow, and have coverage of testing, only for the same amount of time this show is. Maybe a little less, a little more, but nothing like all day of testing, which we are planning on doing in July. Yes, in July we plan to possibly have an all-day test session, possibly live from here. And what did I tell you? Guess who just is rolling out of the garage? Mr. 4-time himself, that is, Jeff Gordon. Okay, Jeff Gordon's pulling out now with about 2 minutes left in this session. He plans to possibly do a couple laps, I don't know. Driving rather slow. There he goes. To the gun. To the throttle. Rockets into turn 3 and 4. Off turn number 4, he gets the imaginary green flag and he's underway. Yes, I said imaginary green flag because there is no green flagman at the moment. Down the back straightaway, Jeff Gordon wide open. Lets off, taps the brakes a little bit in 3 and 4. In 3, rolls coast to coast. Now back to the throttle. That's 1 lap. Two laps completed, with now 20 seconds left in the session. Timer and clock is running down, and we will continue to cover live. I don't know, we'll see what happens. And that is it, I think. Time-wise, that's it. Yep, it's 5 o'clock. And Jeff Gordon lets off the throttle in 3 and 4. And half throttles it down the back straightaway. I think that is it. that is it, I believe, since there was no rain or anything. So NASCAR says, hey, guys, done. Finishes his lap. Jeff Gordon rolls in to his garage. And that is going to do it for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for day 1 of NASCAR Sprint Cup Series testing. Like I said, tomorrow we plan to be here for day 2. And until we see each other for that, hope you enjoyed today's testing. And then, like I said, tomorrow we should be here. And, yeah. Have a nice night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.